Doing my weekly update from Washington, D.C. I love coming to D.C., especially this time of year, the Christmas feel in the air. It's a little warm today, but I was here for The Atlantic magazine put on an LGBT summit, kind of talking about what's next for our movement. And it was interesting, you know, it was about a 7-hour program, and only 20 minutes did they talk about sports. Nobody else even mentioned sports or the power of football and the NFL to change hearts and minds. It was really interesting. When we had our panel, I was with Leja Clarendon and Dalton Maldonado. When we asked for questions from the crowd, there were about a dozen hands shot straight up. And a lot of the other panels, you know, they were interesting, but people didn't have a lot of questions. So it's obvious people want to know more about sports and LGBT people in sports. So hopefully, you know, more of those kinds of events can happen to help educate people, particularly the movers and shakers in the world. Just a couple of quick items to recap from the week. It's interesting, the Tyson Fury debacle keeps going on. Tyson Fury is a boxer who said some sexist and anti-gay things, and he's up for Sports Personality of the Year, an annual BBC award. And a gay journalist at the BBC criticized the BBC, said that he was kind of ashamed that the BBC would consider this homophobe and sexist for a big award like that. And apparently they suspended the journalist. That's pretty unbelievable that today a gay journalist who would voice some disapproval with his company over homophobia would be suspended. It's kind of shocking and so disappointing. But I guess it shouldn't be shocking, because still, you know, you can't be racist in this world, but you can certainly continue to be homophobic in a lot of places, and I guess even at the BBC. People talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. This idea that he has a boyfriend, and now I guess he's tweeted that he's having some personal issues. It would be pretty unbelievable if Ronaldo was gay and ended up coming out. There's no real reason to suspect that. I've never really actually heard anybody think that Ronaldo was actually gay. There's lots of people hoping he is, lots of guys hoping he is, but you know, because you go on a vacation with a good friend of yours who happens to be handsome and have a nice body as well, doesn't mean you're gay. But it'll be interesting to keep watching that. Next week, actually the next couple of weeks, we have some year-end awards at Outsports. Last year we gave away the same awards, the male and female athlete of the year, male and female hero of the year, the asshole of the year, and person of the year for Outsports. So Jim and I have been talking at length about who some of the people who really shined this year in the LGBT community have been. So take a look out for that. I think we're going to start that next Tuesday, start rolling out some of those awards and look back at the year. And I'm sure I'll be talking more about that next week.